Sand. Normally, sand is safe. Sand is a mineral. But in this movie, sand is not safe because there are sharks. That is right, sand sharks. Not even the fucking sand is safe. There's sharks there too. And it's dangerous. Just like watching this movie. Let's just get into it. Sand!
So, the plot of Sand Sharks is that there's this beach on this remote island. The island has a town that is really struggling. They need money, and even the mayor knows that. The mayor's son shows up and pitches this idea for lots of money as a spring break party beach. They're gonna do this big party or music festival, he calls it, on the beach and make lots of money. Obviously, the sharks are going to show up in the sand. They don't really explain the sand sharks very well, or maybe they did and I just wasn't paying attention, but it wasn't explained that well. The general plot is literally exactly like Jaws. The rest of the plot is also like Tremors. It wasn't totally terrible, but it wasn't exactly good or original. It was just, at the very best, okay. At least they tried to be a bit more original with the idea of the shark attacking people, like, they aren't even safe in the sand. Usually they are, but they aren't in this one. So it's original in that aspect. The shark doesn't just climb up the beach, it goes through the sand, which I gotta say I like that one. Also, there are way too many side characters in this movie that absolutely amount to nothing. Like, none of them amount to anything, like, at all. There's just too many. When it comes to the screen time in the sharks, I was not big on it. Near the beginning and the end of the movie, there was a bunch, but during the middle, it's just kind of like a break for the sharks, and I hate it when movies do that. It's not horrible here, but the shark only shows up like once or twice in the middle. It's not total crap, but it's not much better than that, I gotta say. I did not particularly like that the sharks were not in it a bunch throughout the middle. I mean, it's just like every time the shark shows up also, it's only for like a few seconds. I mean, except for the end. I really wish that the sharks would get more screen time, despite how whatever they look. I mean, it's like, have you seen Tremors? It's really similar to that in terms of monster screen time, like really similar. Now, when it comes to the kills and the CGI, I will say the kills are all pretty unique. Now, all of them are from the sand, obviously, so they're all unique by default. But a few of them are even more unique than that. The best one is easily the one jumping out of the mountain. That's great. Even though there's an absolute ton of shark kills, there is a decent amount, like, there's a decent amount, I have to say, and it gets my thumbs up, because, yeah, decent amount. They aren't totally crap either. The CGI in this movie was pretty bad, though. It wasn't, like, total shit, but it wasn't that good. I've seen a lot worse, especially from the last month, but, like, this movie, when it came out, it just wasn't really pushing any boundaries, but there was so much worse. It was decent. They're able to hide the sharks pretty well for the most part, which is usually good in a movie like this, so at least they're hidden in a decent manner. Just seeing them hidden in something other than water is honestly just such a refresher, and it makes me realize that I've been watching way too many of these damn movies, so I'm gonna be impressed by something like this. So the CGI, while not great, it gets a pass. Well, everything else has been decent to good, but I will say the acting, unfortunately, is just bad. Like, there is not a single good actor or actress in this movie. The main actress is Hulk Hogan's daughter, Dana Brooke, again, and she is just really bad. Like, she is way worse than she was in the other shark movie that had her. She acts like she doesn't even know how to speak, emphasizing the incorrect words when trying to come off as smart, which she's supposed to be in the movie. Like, it comes off as just really unnatural and stilted. I'm not even a guy who's looking for great acting. I'm looking for just something passable and slightly believable, and this just fails in that aspect as well. She is just shit in this movie. No wonder she didn't really amount to any good acting. Everyone else is just horrible for the most part. Nobody is believable in the roles they have, except maybe for the main guy, just because he seems kind of like a jerk-off. This discount Johnny Knoxville is really like the main character of the movie, and he just isn't that likable in the slightest. He's just all around bad. And everyone else that I've been mentioned is not any better than him. The less said about them, the better. It just kind of follows the stereotype that all the actors are bad in these shark movies. To be fair, you probably aren't watching this movie for the acting, but this is a review, so I'm going to review the acting. It's just not good. It's not even okay, it's just bad with really no good acting, and I just hated Dana Brooke in this movie. Okay, enough about her, let's talk about that overall. Overall, Sand Sharks isn't terrible. It's not even really bad. It's good, but it's not much better than just good. If it had some better acting and maybe some more shark kills or more screen time, it could easily get a much higher score on the shark scale. But due to the inconsistency with the sharks and the bad acting, like I've said 5 times now, the movie is just good. 1 part Tremors, 1 part Jaws. That's the best explanation for the movie. If you like both of those, you'll probably get a kick out of this one. I did, and I thought it was unique at least. It was funny. The people I watched with thought it was funny until they passed out because it got boring. But overall, it's funny and it's decent enough. My final rating on the shark scale is a 3 out of 5. It's good, but not great. I feel like I've said that 1,000 times already. It is certainly unique, and there is some creativity. You got me there. Maybe it's a good summer flick, but I don't know. Summer's kind of over. If you like sharks, though, this is a must.